I refused to introduce my boyfriend to my friends because I was embarrassed. He gained 50 pounds, started vaping, and smelled like smoke, but my ultimatum finally snapped him out of it. +1 update. My boyfriend of 10 months is upset that I won't introduce him to my friends. There are a couple reasons for this. First, I don't have a defined friend group. Most of my friends live in different states or countries. The closest ones are an hour away, and they're very busy, mid-school, weekend shifts, etc. My point is that seeing my friends is precious one-on-one time. The only group events I attend are my ex's friends' reunions. They invite me, but they're not my friends. So, in general, my SOs don't meet my friends. Because meeting them is super important to my boyfriend, I've realized I am kind of embarrassed by him. I thought he was cute and fun when I met him, but over the last 10 months he got comfortable and gained 50 pounds. It's not a medical condition, it's a bad diet of no exercise and constant fast food. He gets too tired to even have missionary sex. He went shopping recently for a rave, and now wears his rave clothes constantly because they're the only things that actually fit him. These are things like black shorts with neon stripes. A friend of his laughed when she saw him and Snapchatted him looking like a gangster. He also picked up smoking behind my back, and grew from a social smoker to several a day. He smells and I hate it. Overall, if I met him now I would never consider dating him. But I'm in love with him, I just don't want to introduce him until he's back to his early relationship self. Am I being awful? On his side, he has a very defined friend group that all live in the same city and throw group events constantly. It's been easy for him to include me, and we hang out with them often. TL, Doctor, I haven't introduced my boyfriend to my friends, partly because I rarely see them and partly because he's become really unattractive. Relevant comments. Apathetic anarchy. He probably didn't really change. He was probably putting on a good show when you met him, and this is who he thinks he wants to be. Oop. I know he played baseball from elementary school through high school, and last year played a lot of tennis and disc golf with his friends. This seems like such a drastic change that I can't imagine it's his true form. He said he's unhappy with his weight, but admittedly hasn't made any efforts to fix it. Commenter 1. You can play baseball and disc golf and still be an obese smoker. Oop. You can, but he wasn't. At the start of our relationship he was reasonably in shape and only occasionally smoked at parties. At some point he started smoking when I wasn't around, and now he's a full-blown smoker. Commenter 2. How does one gain 50 pounds in 10 months? Oop. He's tall, so most of the changes aren't very noticeable on him. He also quit and restarted a medication and blamed some of the weight gain on that, but looking back it had little to do with it. I think he eats roughly 2,000 to 2,400, edit, people have noted that this guess is too low, calories a day. Which, with his height, was probably a good amount when he played sports in high school and college but is too high now. Deleted. Actually, 2,000 to 2,400 cals/days should have a taller man losing weight. 2,500 calories is considered maintenance for most men. Either he is eating that many calories and should therefore go to a doctor to figure out what's going on, or he's eating more like 3,000 to 3,500. Oop. That's interesting. I came up with that number by adding up a usual dinner for him at about 1,400 calories, Taco Bell quesadilla, bean burrito, other entree, and a soda, and then guessing that he eats another 1,000 for lunch. But maybe I'm missing some items, or he does have a medical issue. I'll talk to him about that. Commenter 3. How do you know it isn't related to the med? Some meds really do cause you to pack on the pounds. Have you expressed concern about his weight and eating habits? Oop. Because he's been on the med for years, including when he was fit, and he was only off of it for about a month, 6 months ago. Some of the weight gain might be related to the med, but considering he's gained weight since then I don't think it was a significant factor. Commenter 4. If you are embarrassed of him and don't like the way he looks or dresses, or that he smokes, or how he smells, and won't consider dating him, why haven't you done anything about it or left? I love him is a shit answer. If you loved him, why would you let him have come to this? Oop. I didn't arrive here willingly. I've downloaded MFP on his phone and bet that the person who logged the fewest days buys date night. I've asked for hikes for my birthday and Valentine's presents. I get him to go on walks with me, but he gets impatient after half a mile. I'm not a great cook or willing to spend a lot on ingredients, so it's difficult to explain why he should cook and season chicken for a mediocre salad instead of go to McDonald's drive-thru. If I could do anything to stop his cigarette cravings I would, but I can't. The clothes are a recent development, and I'm guessing he'll buy better-fitting clothes soon, but for now he says he doesn't see the need to look nice on casual days. He normally dresses fairly well. Update, 5 months later. So I told him I was worried about his unhealthy habits and asked if he was depressed. He said he wasn't sure, but he did hate his job. This surprised me, because he excelled at school and enjoyed discussing related topics, but I guess actual programming was burning him out. He also said he was just picking a fight about my friends out of stress. I suggested that he switch to the business side of things, and after some exploring he seemed interested. He soon after bought new clothes, so thankful, switched to vaping, so regretful, and started a job hunt. I let him focus on applying but tried to passively inspire him by getting into shape myself. He eventually became a manager at a game company and was way happier. But I just got more frustrated. I had never really dieted before, but learned it's actually pretty easy if you're disciplined about logging calories. I dropped from a 22 BMI to a 19 BMI without exercising, then threw in some weights, thanks, r/xfitness. Meanwhile, he quit his job after getting some interviews but did nothing except grow his nicotine addiction because he could now smoke indoors with his vape. Then he got a job and Snapchatted all his coworker happy hours and new food perks. I know starting can be hard, but he kept moving the goalposts for getting started, after quitting old job, after interviews, after new job probation period. A couple weeks ago, I invited him to a friend's musical. We were running a little late but he said he needed to use my bathroom. And set off the fire alarm. Because he was vaping. I blew up. I was so furious he planned to meet new people and then subject them to that awful smell for the next 3 hours. So I finally gave him the ultimatum that you guys suggested 4 months ago. It seems like it worked. He replaced his vape with nicotine gum, bought an elliptical, cut out soda and started cooking more. I hope it all sticks, but if it doesn't, I'll be fine. I've grown more confident, and a lot hotter, since I last posted. TL, doctor, finally gave boyfriend ultimatum suggested last time. Kids, don't smoke. Even if you swear you're not gonna do it that much, just once in a while when you're drunk at a party like my boyfriend did. Edit, to address some of the comments, I admire a lot of things about my boyfriend. He's smart and hardworking and graduated at the top of his class. He shares my sense of humor and many of my interests. He's very willing to listen and communicate. He's a great compliment to my personality and I have a blast hanging out with him. I absolutely love him and want him to be happy. That just wasn't the point of the original post or the update. I don't mean to make my boyfriend sound awful or to demean him. I don't care if he ever has a six-pack, I just want him to be the average weight guy he was when we started dating. Relevant comments. Oop gives me detail about her ultimatum. I mean, that was the point of the ultimatum. If he was happy, I wanted to break up so that we could pursue our individual lives. I haven't actually told him to do anything, I've only said that I'm unhappy with his intense weight gain and smoking. The way he fixes those things are up to him, including breaking up with me if he wants.